First, let me take your identification papers. Thank you. Word of your arrival only reached me yesterday. I am Celis Gravius, but my background is not important. I'm here to welcome you to Morrowind. I am Celis Gravius and Knight-Errant of the Imperial Legion. Yes, you're in Morrowind. I don't know why you're here or why you were released from prison and shipped here, but your authorization comes directly from Emperor Uriel Septim VII himself, and I don't need to know any more than that. When you leave this office, you are a free man. But before you go, I have instructions on your duties. Instructions from the Emperor. So pay careful attention. Yes, Uriel Septim is still the Emperor. According to my instructions, he personally authorized your release from prison and your delivery here. It's all very mysterious, but that's the way the Empire works. Silence, secrecy. Let not the left hand know what the right hand is doing. Yes, of course this is the Empire. This is Vardenfell district of the province of Morrowind. And Morrowind has been part of the Empire for over 400 years. The current Emperor is Uriel Septim, 24th of the Septim line. You haven't been in prison that long, have you? Nothing wrong with your head, is there? The men said you were acting a little strange when they brought you in from the ship. This package came with the news of your arrival. You are to take it to Caius Cosades in the town of Balmora. Go to the South Wall Corner Club and ask for Caius Cosades. They'll know where to find him. Serve him as you would serve the Emperor himself. I also have a letter for you and a dispersal to your name. Report to Caius Cosades in Balmora. I can't tell you where to find him, but you are to go to the South Wall Corner Club and ask for him. Someone there can direct you to him. Balmora is north of Seda Neen. The road passes Pelagiad Village and Fort Pelagiad, crosses a deep ravine, passes Fort Moonmoth, then turns west across the Odai River and into Balmora. The South Wall Corner Club is in southeast Balmora on the east side of the river. For more detailed directions, talk to Elone the scout at Aril's trade house here in Seda Neen. But take my advice. You're new here. Take the Silt Strider to Balmora. Fast, cheap, safe. Cross the bridge and head east. Can't miss it. Silt Striders carry passengers and cargo between settlements on Vardenfell. Fares depend on distance to be traveled. Silt Striders are giant insects. A compartment for passengers and cargo is hollowed from the creature's shell. The driver directs the beast by directly manipulating exposed organs and tissues. Silt Striders travel between Aldruin, Balmora, Seda Neen, Suran, Gnesis, Molag Mar, Margan, and North Landing near Vivek. I am a knight-errant of the Order of Ebonheart, and an imperial emissary attached to the Census and Excise Office here in Seda Neen. I'm proud to be an imperial. Through our legions and rule of law, we've brought peace and civilization to the provinces of Tamriel.
Sorry, are you the one that boat dropped off? Odd to see a boat arrive at that time of the day. Hope the Imperials treated you okay. I swear they took my ring.
That's unusual.
I swear one of the guards has it. I had it last week before their weekly Let's Shake Down Fargoth ritual. An engraved healing ring, family heirloom of mine. You haven't seen it, have you? You found it! Amazing! Thank you, thank you. You are now my favorite friend. I'll be sure to tell the others, especially my friend Aril, who runs the trade house here. Go see him. He'll be happy to see you now.
Welcome. Welcome to Aril's Trade House. I'm Aril, publican and proprietor. Don't take what doesn't belong to you. You're a new face here. If you want to buy from me, you have to barter. If you want a little advice, free to new customers, just ask. Would you like to hear about our most popular potions, our most popular scrolls? If you want to live to a ripe old age, buy a weapon and as much armor as you can wear and still run from trouble. Buy a spell or two and practice your skills. Don't practice on citizens. We call that foul murder, and we don't like it. But you can kill smugglers and bandits and other outlaws all you like. Outlaws have no rights. Plenty of adventurers make a living from killing and looting outlaws. That smuggler scum down in Adamus Artis, for instance. The cave down near the Silt Strider platform. Practice on creatures and outlaws, and anyone who attacks you first. When in doubt, run away. And if you attack a citizen by accident, don't kill him. Turn yourself into a guard, pay your fine,
and clear your name, or people will treat you like an outlaw. Cure common disease and cure blight disease potions are most popular with travelers. Fortify strength, endurance, speed, agility are very helpful in combat. Fortify personality is popular with merchants and shy persons. Of course, Fortify fatigue keeps you fighting at your best. Restore health and restore fatigue are perhaps our most popular items, and for a short burst of power during a fight, you can't beat Grief, Shane, Flynn, Mazte, and Sujama. Vigor and Vitality are our best-selling bargain items, restoring fatigue and health respectively. Almcivi Intervention and Divine Intervention transport you instantly to the nearest temple or nearest Imperial Shrine, good for routine or emergency transportation. Heartwise helps with persuasion. Summons Skeletal Minion brings help in a jiffy. And Drathus's Winter Guest does a lot of damage at a touch. Handy to whittle a too-tough opponent down to size. I heard that Hriskar upstairs is having some financial troubles. Can't seem to win a wager these days.
Bloody, you look like you could use a friend, Outlander. Perhaps I can be your friend. I'd like you to help me recover some gold. That's right. See, I had a bad run of luck playing 9 holes and lost a bit of money. Normally, I'd be fine. We can usually keep some gold in our pockets just from the money the locals pay us for. Protection. But I know some of them are holding out on me. Especially that little fetcher, Fargoth. He's come up light the past couple of weeks when I've shaken him down. I know he's stashing it somewhere. I'd like you to find Fargoth's hiding place. I know the little fetcher's got one somewhere in town. Just not sure where yet. I've already gone through his whole house, so I know he's not hiding it there. I'd like you to find out where he's stashing his gold. If you can, I'll give you a share of the wealth. Are you up for it? Excellent. Here's what I want you to do. I'm not sure where he goes, but I know he wanders around town at night. Watch his movements. The best vantage point is on top of the lighthouse south of town. That will give you a nice view of all of Seda Neen. If you keep an eye on where he goes, I'm sure you'll be able to figure out where he's hiding that gold. You were supposed to find Fargoth's hiding place. Were you able to? You found his hiding place? That's great. Tell you what, I'll give you 100 gold, and you can keep anything else that you found in there. Thanks for your help.
Okay, I'm listening. Go ahead. You're not interrupting anything.
So hungry.
I'm
I could
alone.
eat a rat.
Scout. You need directions. Pelagiad, Balmora, Caldera, Ebonheart, Vivek. Balmora is the district seat of House Hlalu and the largest settlement on Vardenfell after Vivek City. Good roads lead north from here to Balmora, passing through Fort Pelagiad and Pelagiad Village. From Balmora, roads lead north to Aldrun through the town of Caldera. Maybe I'd better write down the directions to Balmora for you. It's a long walk and a little confusing. Pelagiad is a newly chartered imperial village on the road north from Vivek to Balmora, right on the western edge of the Ascadian Isles region. The village is right outside the Imperial Legion garrison at Fort Pelagiad. The houses and shops are built in the Western Imperial style, and Pelagiad looks more like a village in the Western Empire than a Morrowind settlement. Caldera is a recently chartered imperial town and mining corporation north of Balmora on the road to Aldrun. The Caldera Mining Company has been granted an imperial monopoly to remove raw ebony from the rich deposits here. Caldera is a new town, recently built in the Western Imperial style, and most of the citizens are outlanders and new colonists. Ebonheart is south on the road from Pelagiad, built on the western shore of the water-founded city of Vivek. Ebonheart is the seat of the imperial government for Vardenfell district and a busy center of maritime trade. Castle Ebonheart is the home of Duke Vedum Dren, the district's ruler and emperor's representative. Also located at Castle Ebonheart are the Vardenfell District Council Chambers and the Hawk Moth Legion garrison. The East Empire Company has its headquarters in Ebonheart. Vivek City is south on the road from Pelagiad. Vivek is the largest settlement on Vardenfell and one of the largest cities in the east. Built on Norvane Bay, completely surrounded by water, the city itself is a group of giant town-sized buildings called cantons. The High Fane and the Palace of Vivek are visited by hundreds of tourists and pilgrims daily. Outlanders mostly confine themselves to the foreign canton, while natives live, work, and shop in the great house compounds and residential cantons.
By walk, this is the seaport village of Seydanin, Outlander, in the Bitter Coast region. I'm a caravaner, and I manage the Siltstrider port here. Tell me your destination if you're looking for a ride. Or if you're new to Seydanin, I can help you with local services, or any specific place in Seydanin you're looking for. Siltstriders carry passengers and cargo between settlements on Vardenfell. Fares depend on distance to be traveled. Siltstriders are giant insects. A compartment for passengers and cargo is hollowed from the creature's shell. The driver directs the beast by directly manipulating exposed organs and tissues. Siltstriders travel between Aldrun, Balmora, Seydanin, Zuran, Nisus, Molakmar, Margan, and Northland near Vivek. I can take you by Siltstrider from Seydanin to Balmora, Vivek, Gnesis, and Suran.
Good day, I'm Bacola Closius, publican of the South Wall here in Balmora. We rent beds, and I have a limited selection of goods for barter. If you're new here, I can also tell you where to look for other services or a specific place nearby. If you're looking for someone in particular, I may be able to help. Speaking, I'm the owner and proprietor of the South Wall. Old Caius rents a little bed and basket just up the hill on the north edge of town. Go out the front door, not the upper door to the terrace, then right up the stairs, then left at the top of the stairs, and down to the end of the street. Somebody said Larius Varro over at Fort Moonmoth is looking for you. Said he wanted to talk to you. Don't know what about. Yes? What? Yes, I'm Caius Cosades. But what do you mean you were told to report to Caius Cosades? What are you talking about? So you've been told to report to me and deliver a package. Perhaps you'll let me look at it. Yes, very interesting. So, it says here the Emperor wants me to make you a novice in the Blades. And that means you'll be following my orders. Are you ready to follow my orders? Good. Welcome to the service, novice. Now you belong to the Blades. We're the Emperor's eyes and ears in the provinces. You can use my bed if you need to rest, but leave my personal stuff alone unless I say otherwise. If you like, you can improve your modest skills with our Blades trainers now. Or if you're in a hurry, I can give you orders right away. But don't forget to visit the Blades trainers. First thing, Pilgrim, you're new, and you look it. Here's 200 drakes. Go get yourself a decent weapon, or armor, or a spell. And second thing, you need a cover identity. Around here, freelance adventurer is a common profession. Sign on with the Fighters Guild, or Mages Guild, or Imperial Cult, or Imperial Legion. Advance in the ranks, gain skill and experience, or go out on your own. Look for freelance work or trouble. Then when you're ready, come back, and I'll have orders for you. You can always just wander around and ask for work. Hunt monsters and sell their hides, collect ingredients for alchemists, prey on bandits and smugglers, search ruins for loot. All you need are better skills and conditioning, and knowledge of Morrowind. And spend what you earn on equipment and training. Then come back a little less wet behind the ears, and I won't have to worry so much about you when I send you out on a mission. The Fighters Guild is a professional organization chartered by the Emperor to regulate the hiring and training of mercenaries. Training, goods, and services are cheaper for members, and the Guild's stewards know where to find work. You'll have to start your service with Idis Fireeye, the Balmora Guild steward. She's new, and I don't know her well. Perseus Mercius, the Aldrun Guild steward, I know and trust, but he only handles higher-ranking assignments. It's a guild for the arcane arts, and it's where you go to find wizards for hire. Training, goods, and services are cheaper for members, and the guild stewards know where to find work. If you want to be a wizard, join and work your way up the ranks. The Mages Guild here is a better bet than the Fighters Guild. Ranis Athras is the guild steward, so talk to her if you want to join up. She's got a chip on her shoulder, but her apprentice, Ajira, seems okay for a Khajiit. The Imperial Legion has several fort garrisons here on Vardenfell. The lower ranks handle law enforcement, escorts, rescues, dangerous predators, diseased and blighted beasts, and so forth. Only one fort accepts recruits, Fort Darius in Nisus. Nisus is a frontier outpost, isolated, a little rough, but good experience. If you're interested, see General Darius in Nisus. If you're looking for a safer posting, you should seek out Old Ebonheart on the mainland. In Old Ebonheart, and Firewatch, the other major colonist city on the mainland, the Legion acts as a local guard force, settling disputes, guard duty, and so forth. As I said, a safer posting. Old Ebonheart's a boat ride south of Vivek. The Imperial cult worships the 9 divines. The Aedra Akatosh, Dibella, Arche, Zenithar, Mara, Stendar, Kinnereth, and Julianos, and Tiber Septim, founder and patron of the Empire. In Morrowind, it's partly maintaining the faith for outlanders like us, and partly a missionary cult, bringing enlightenment to the heathen Dunmer. You can see Somutus Vunis at Fort Moonmoth to join, but you have to go to Ebonheart if you want to become a lay servant. Moonmoth Fort is the Imperial Legion garrison southeast of Balmora, just outside of town. Rad Hardheart is the knight in charge. Between the Imperial Legions and Imperial cult staff, they have about a dozen service providers out there. Lay servants serve the Imperial cult by doing various tasks. Not a lot of excitement, but safe, honorable, and rewarding. First, you have to join the Imperial cult, then go to the Imperial chapels in Ebonheart to get work. See Sinolian Tunifus to become a lay healer. See Eulus Trupter to become an almoner, a fundraiser. See Kay to become a shrine sergeant. They do the more dangerous jobs. We have our own blades trainers, of course, and there are many public services available in Balmora. Members get better prices from guild services. The Balmora Fighters Guild and Balmora Mages Guild are across the river. You'll find contacts for the Balmora Thieves Guild in the south wall up the street. And there's an Imperial cult shrine at nearby Moonmoth Legion Fort. In the rest of the Empire, the Thieves Guild is a more or less organized group of local criminal syndicates governing illegal trade in their communities. Here in Morrowind, the Thieves Guild is the newcomer. The established local crime lords are called the Kimona Tong. The Thieves Guild doesn't advertise, partly to avoid the law, and partly to avoid the Kimona Tong, who have sworn to destroy the upstart Thieves Guild. Sugar Lips Habasi, over at the south wall, is the local guild boss. The Kimona Tong is Morrowind's native criminal syndicate. They're tough and ruthless, and have connections in the higher ranks of House Hlalu. The Kimona Tong competes directly with the Thieves Guild for control of illegal trade, and Kimona Tong will not tolerate competition. Compared with the Kimona Tong, the Thieves Guild is relatively decent and honorable, certainly less brutal. They don't accept outlanders as members. Forget about it. House Hlalu is one of the 3 Dunmer great houses on Vardenfell. They're loyal supporters of the Empire, open-minded in religious and cultural matters, and greedy and ambitious in the best Imperial tradition. It's difficult to rise in their ranks as an outlander, but the great houses hold the power in Morrowind. Talk to Hlalu counselors if you want to become a Hlalu retainer. These Blades agents offer training, not free of course, but cheap for a fellow agent. Look for Rithleen, Tyre Malin, and Nine Toes here in Balmora. In Caldera, see Surain Leorian. In Aldrune, see Gildan. Jorvar Horsemouth lives in a hut west of Aldrune, and Ellen and the Scout can be found at Errol's Trade House in Seda Neen. I also know of a few Blades trainers on the mainland if you ever find yourself there. Idra Uvalan lives in Firewatch. You can find Aquilinius at the Ebon Tower in Old Ebonheart, and Dur has a house in Andathrin. There may be other agents working on the mainland, but these are all you need to know about right now. Warrior Aquilinius can be found at the Ebon Tower in Old Ebonheart, southeast of Vivek. His post is in the palace's high chambers. Agent Dora lives in Andathren, the main port of House Hlalu on the Inner Sea, southwest of Vivex. Her house is on the west side of town. Elone the Scout can usually be found at Aril's Trade House in Seda Neen. You know where that is. You arrived in Seda Neen by boat. Nightblade Gildan lives in Aldrun, the Redoran district seat north of here, beyond Caldera. Gildan is in the southeast corner of town, in a house to the right of the steps up to the temple. Stout Indra Uvalan lives in her house in Firewatch. That's across the inner sea to the northeast, near the tip of the Telvanni Peninsula. Her house is in Uriel's Quarter in the south part of the city. To get to Hunter Ninetoes, leave my door facing south. Go right, down the steps, then turn left and head south, looking for his door on your left. Warrior Rithlin lives 2 houses south, upstairs. Master-at-Arms Shorvar Horsemouth lives in a Guar herder's hut in the middle of nowhere west of Caldera. I've only been there once and couldn't give you directions. Go look for him if you feel like a little hike. Mage Suran Liorian is in Caldera, the next town north. Her half-timber and stone house sits between the twin towers of the North Gate and the Governor's Hall. Healer Tiermelon lives 2 houses south, downstairs. About doing quests for factions. If you try to complete every task you're given, sooner or later you'll run into trouble. Don't assume that just because someone gives you a job, you ought to be able to complete it. When you get a job that's over your head, be patient. Go do something else for a while and come back when you're tougher, better skilled, and better equipped. We're spies. We're the Emperor's hidden eyes and ears in the provinces. We watch the Emperor's enemies. We look for opportunities. We make reports. And when the Emperor commands, we obey. But we're only one of many guilds and factions in Morrowind. You should know a little about Morrowind politics before you get involved with any of these other groups. The Tribunal Temple is the native religion. They worship 3 god kings, Almalexia, Sothasil, and Vivek, who are known together as the Tribunal. We usually just call it the Temple. They're narrow-minded and superstitious, but I find a lot to admire, particularly their concern for the poor. They accept Outlanders as members, but few Outlanders join except for the services. Talk to Feldrello Sadri at the Balmora Temple if you're thinking about joining. Groups favoring Imperial interests are the Blades, the Imperial Cult, the Imperial Legion, the Fighters Guild, the Mages Guild, and the Thieves Guild. Groups favoring native Dunmer interests are House Redoran, House Hlalu, and House Telvanni, the Temple, the Morag Tong, the Kimona Tong, and the Ashlanders. I don't know much about the Ashlanders. Most people say they are murderous savages, but most people are idiots. I know they hate their settled Dunmer cousins almost as much as they hate Westerners. They must be tough to live in the Ashlands. I don't think Outlanders can become members of the tribes. I don't know why anyone would want to. House Redoran is one of the 3 Dunmer great houses on Vardenfell, a very serious and honorable bunch. It's difficult for an Outlander to join and rise in their ranks, but the great houses are where the power lies in Morrowind. Talk to Redoran counselors if you want to become a Redoran retainer. House Telvanni is one of the 3 Dunmer great houses on Vardenfell. Their nobles are 1,000-year-old wizards. Telvanni are supposed to hate politics, foreigners, and just about everything else, but the Vardenfell Telvanni are apparently more ambitious and adventurous than most. I don't know much about them, but they do hire Western mercenaries, and some even rise to higher ranks. Talk to Telvanni counselors if you want to become a Telvanni retainer. The Morag Tong is a guild of executioners and assassins, completely legal, and guided by a strict code of conduct. It's an ancient Dunmer society, steeped in tradition. But I know and respect a few Westerners who belong to the Morag Tong. They are nothing like the Dark Brotherhood. I have no idea how to join them.
Yes, we aren't trying to make a profit off our fellow Blades, and as you rise in rank, your discount increases. Still, we have to live, and training isn't cheap. Well, basic skill training, if you don't know very much, can be pretty cheap. But advanced skill training, for example, in your major specialties, that can get expensive. Here, I don't use this cuirass and helm anymore. Maybe you can get a few drakes for it and put them in your personal training fund. I'm a Blade too, and I report to Caius like you. You're welcome to use my bed to rest, but leave my other stuff alone, please.
Well, what have we here? Interesting. I'm a Blade too, and I report to Caius like you. You're welcome to use my bed to rest, but leave my other stuff alone, please. Basic skill training is cheap. We give you discounts for higher rank in the Blades. and we keep our prices low. But advanced training is never cheap, even from us. Look, to get you started, here's my old alembic. Maybe you can get a few gold for it or use it yourself. You will have to get rid of that moon sugar if you want any services from me. I don't want any trouble.
It wants something. What does it ask? I'm a blade too, and I report to Caius like you. You're welcome to use my bed to rest, but leave my other stuff alone, please. Yes, I am Nine Toes. The basics we can teach you won't cost much. Advanced training, though, that's expensive. If you're already skilled, you're much harder to teach. Maybe I can help you out. Here's a little moon sugar on the house. You do know that trade in moon sugar and skooma is against the law, and most alchemists and apothecaries won't buy it. But Khajiit generally will. Try Ajira at the Balmora Mages Guild, or Ravir, the trader in Balmora. Sell the sugar and start saving for training.
Speak quick. Are you looking for me? You want to join the Mages Guild? Perform any duties assigned to you by the masters of the guild. Learn from them and grow strong. Always share your knowledge freely with other guild members. Never strike or steal from another guild member. Does this appeal to you? I don't have any duties for an apprentice. Speak with me again when you have proven yourself. In the meantime, speak with Ajira. I believe she may have some small tasks for you.
How does the day greet you, friend? I'm a blade too, and I report to Caius like you. You're welcome to use my bed to rest, but leave my other stuff alone, please. Of course we can train you. You pay, of course, but much less than you would outside the blades. And may I suggest you find someone to teach you the detect enchantment spell? Whenever you're exploring, it's good to know where enchanted items are. Sometimes that's where dangerous enemies are, holding the enchanted items. And sometimes that shows items hidden from view in deep pools or on high ledges. See Laro Suvain, the Nightblade at the Caldera Governor's Hall.
Say your needs.
I'm creeping!
I'm ready for anything. Go ahead. Welcome. Shorvar Horsemouth is my name. Master-at-Arms is my trade. I'd be happy to share a little advice or Morrowind lore with a fellow blade. Or maybe you'd like to catch up on the latest rumors. I'm a blade too, and I report to Caius like you. You're welcome to use my bed to rest, but leave my other stuff alone, please. Yes, I can train you, and maybe offer a suggestion. If you're going exploring, get yourself an enchanted weapon or some scrolls or both. Can't harm a ghost without an enchanted weapon or magic. Galbadir at the Balmora Mages Guild usually has a selection, and can also enchant items for you, if you can afford the charged soul gems she sells, and if you can afford her enchanting service. Outlaws have no rights, and may be killed without scandal or sanction. Guards may use deadly force in the line of duty. I am a master-at-arms. I am a master of all the basic hand weapon types. Long blades, short blades, axes, blunt weapons, and spears. I am willing to train with weapons for a fee. The master-at-arms at Fort Pelagia at Angaril is a good source if you are curious about the master-at-arms trade in Morrowind. He's a little long-winded, but he knows his stuff, and he's always willing. I heard there has been some trouble up at Fort Frostmoth. Never heard of it? It's on an island called Solstheim, north of Vardenfell. I've heard of the place. I believe there's an Imperial fort up there. Fort Frostmoth, or something. If you want to go there, check around and cool. There may be a ship that'll take you.